You want to talk about ticket sales? Call up that agent. Tell him to lower the ticket prices.
Oh my God. Wow. I repeat, wow. CM Punk finally returned to WWE tonight, because that guy that's been running around since Survivor Series 2023, I mean, he was all right, but that wasn't my CM Punk. Tonight, CM Punk dropped a pipe bomb, and whoa, boy howdy, I could not believe what he said, because he said the things that we all wanted to be said. And that is the true voice of the voiceless. Whether you hate CM Punk or not, I implore you to go watch the last 2 or 3 minutes of his promo tonight on Raw, because the first like 5 minutes is a typical CM Punk promo where he's just, he's selling his match against Roman Reigns, which it was a fine promo, but the ending of it, when he turns his attention to Pat McAfee, it's like, wait a second, Pat McAfee, the guy, the guy on the phone with Randy Orton, the guy who punt kicked Cody Rhodes in the balls. Well, he turned his attention to Pat McAfee and was like, Pat, how don't you bring up tickets for WrestleMania when your boss, your agent is the guy who has jacked up the prices so high? I'm paraphrasing here. And he's like, lower the ticket sales. Lower the ticket prices. Holy cow. All right. Well, this is your one take, one shot Monday Night Raw review, where we're going to start off with that blistering promo pipe bomb from CM Punk after we talk about this belt on my shoulder, the belt that CM Punk is defending at WrestleMania. I'm going to give it away. 20,000 subscribers, I'll give it away. All you got to do to win is comment below and subscribe to the channel, and you can win right here. Did I say this is our one take, one shot review? Yes, I do it immediately following Raw, so you get my raw, visceral reaction. I can't do any cuts, so you know it's like true. It's like what I feel right now. Sorry. Yeah, CM Punk, he did a promo. And he talks Harley Race, and he's like, we're always trying to live up to the past, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just like, okay, it's CM Punk, whatever. And then he starts cutting a promo, and he starts saying how Roman's never here, which is the standard thing you attack on Roman. You're never here. He did give a good line about how he's an old man, but he's showing up because Roman called him old a couple weeks ago. And so, good stuff. Decent promo. And he's like, he says, but I'm the bad guy when I tell you that Roman's not here. People are like, boo. And he's like, yeah, I like how CM Punk isn't just accepting the fact that the fans will just cheer for anything. And be better, Houston. I'm from Houston right now. Houston is my adopted home, I guess. I'm from Michigan, but now I'm a Houstonian. And we need to not just chant for everything, people of Houston. We should only chant for the proper things. Let me get off my soapbox. But yeah. So what was I talking about? We were talking about how CM Punk, he cuts the promo on Roman Reigns. Fine stuff. Decent promo, like I said, but for him to talk about the ticket prices, make no mistake about it, we are entering uncharted territories here, because it's been told that Pat McAfee was sent in by I forget his name. I forget the chairman of TKO. I always want to say Ariel Helwani, but it's not him. But like, he was sent in by TKO to do that Friday Night SmackDown thing with Randy Orton. So that's a call from the TKO president, CEO, whatever he is. And so now we have a situation where it's Triple H, the head of WWE Creative, versus TKO, his boss. And people aren't happy that they sent in Pat McAfee. They did send out Cody Rhodes last Friday, and Cody, he did a response, but it wasn't like anything to really write home about, color me surprised. But then tonight, though, it looks like Triple H was like, all right, CM Punk, say whatever you want. Because at one point, CM Punk even says, be careful who you, when you ask for a pipe bomb. And he went off. I can't believe he talked about the ticket prices. This is like behind the scenes stuff being aired out right in front of us all. I don't know if the TKO guys would be expecting that, because in one corner you have the TKO president, Pat McAfee, and even The Rock, because he represents The Rock too. Because they're like, he was like, this started off as a talent agency. Like, he's his like talent agent. And so you got them over there, but now you got Triple H, who the fans have kind of, myself included, have been kind of like, we've been disillusioned by Triple H and his booking. And I don't think all of Triple H's bad booking stems from the TKO leadership. I think Triple H has a lot of guilt on this, but it looks like the Pat McAfee things he is innocent on. And so now you got Triple H, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk in this corner, Roman Reigns. Who knows where Roman's going to stand? I think Roman will stand more with TKO than with Triple H, but I don't know. It's a crazy situation. But like, for Triple H to have them air it out. If Triple H decides to suddenly retire in the next 6 months, it's probably because of tonight. Honestly, and it's like, wow. I just don't know. I don't know what to think. I might need a day or two to process this, because I'm happy that they said it though. I'm happy that they said it. The fact is, I mean, I'm in Houston, right? I didn't even bother checking the prices of Monday Night Raw, because I just couldn't even afford it. I just knew I couldn't afford it, because I've seen the prices just go up and up and up, and like, I've been priced out. Let alone if I ever wanted to take my kids, God forbid, I want to have a family night watching wrestling, and it's like, I have been priced out. So like, for the fact that CM Punk said that, wow. CM Punk did say at one point that last time when Vince McMahon was trying to make him do funny, weird things, that he had FU money so he could just bounce. And he's like, but you, Roman Reigns, you had to eat dog food. And what he's talking about is in 2019, there was a gimmick where Baron Corbin like started making fun of Roman Reigns, the big dog, and smeared dog food all over him. In fact, Roman almost quit or never came back to wrestling. He almost didn't re-sign his contract because of that angle right there, among other things. And so, like, CM Punk is like, for him to say that earlier in the promo and then come back to this, he's saying he brought that up earlier so he could basically remind TKO, he's like, I have FU money. I walked away once. I can walk away again. Sure, fine, whatever. You want me to lose at WrestleMania? I'll lose and I'll walk. But would they want a main event guy like CM Punk to leave? Because TKO just wants that money. So CM Punk is in a perfect position to say whatever the heck he wants. And he could be our voice again, because 2011, I know there is a large sentiment of CM Punk haters out there, and that's fine. You can hate them, whatever. But like, back in the day, he was saying the things. 2011 sucked. Creatively, it was not a great time. And when they did have things that did become great, like the Nexus, they beat him at SummerSlam. And so CM Punk started talking about the things that we wanted to be talked about. And tonight he did that. Like I said, this was the CM Punk of old. The one that came back at 2023, I was happy with it. I loved his feud with Drew McIntyre. He was doing fine. He's entertaining, but like, I never really felt the need to put on the CM Punk shirt, right? He didn't captivate me enough to be like, yeah, that's my guy. But tonight, that's my guy. This is my guy, CM Punk. And I'm just like, thank you, CM Punk. I don't care. Even if this is part of a storyline and they called up the TKO guy and confirmed it. I don't know if that happened or not, but I suspect it might not have. And I suspect it might have. I don't care. The fact that he did it. For him to... He's immune. He can say what he wants, basically, because he has that FU money, and he can just go away. So, great stuff. CM Punk, I implore you, go watch it. It was a decent promo against Roman, but the promo against Pat McAfee and TKO, boy, howdy. Voice of the voiceless. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm probably repeating myself because I'm just like, yeah, I'm jacked. When I hear something like that That's what wrestling is. That's what wrestling is. And I'm glad they're making a storyline out of it, honestly. You know what would be even better if the aerial guy, the TKO guy, if back in the day, like, I know everybody knows the GMs and stuff, but there used to be a president, Jack Dunning, and he would only appear, like, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. If we got the CEO of TKO to do that, but as a heel, that would be kind of cool. He would just have to appear 2 or 3 times a year. He never has to even step foot in the building, you know, and lower himself to us peasants. And he could just, like, say something really, like, I don't know, just, you know, he's friends with The Rock. I'm sure The Rock could coach him on what to say, what to do. And, like, that'd be kind of cool. And Pat McAfee should start saying things like, the CEO of TKO said, that could be his, like, catchphrase, and people would hate him for that, and it could be good. That's the thing about wrestling. You can turn even the worst thing and make it into a really good storyline, and I think maybe they could do that. I'm not happy that Pat McAfee was the voice, but there are positives that can come out of it. So we'll see. What else we got going on for this Monday Night Raw? We have iShow Speed. It's going to be iShow Speed, LA Knight. iShow Speed, Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus LA Knight and the Usos. I'm not thrilled with this, and it sucks for iShow Speed because I do believe of all the celebrities this year, I think iShow Speed could bring the most eyes to the product, but because there's so many celebrities being shoehorned in, from Jelly Roll to Pat McAfee to iShow Speed to Little Yachty, it seems like there's just an overload of it, but I do feel like iShow Speed could actually bring eyes to the product because over last week, he did LA Knight did a home invasion during a live stream. And I actually have a video of that on the channel if you want to watch it. But it's like iShow Speed could actually do something for the product and bring new people in as opposed to other people. I mean, I'm not saying Little Yachty's presence is gonna hurt like Trick Williams or anything, but I don't think he's really going to be he's not going to move the needle when it comes to, like, you know, new fans. But I think iShow Speed could, but because of the whole Pat McAfee thing, you know, and Jelly Roll recent involvement, iShow Speed is getting lumped into the, just another celebrity angle, which is understandable, but I think it's unfortunate because I think iShow Speed, as like whatever this angle is, I think it's fine. And like I said, he could actually bring new people to the product. He's trying. So and he caused a distraction. There was a distraction that allowed LA Knight to get pinned by Austin Theory. I think this is Austin Theory's second win in, like, not including War Games, in like 2 or 3 years on a singles match. I think he beat Rey Mysterio once and now LA Knight. But yeah, so we got that going. I'm not, like, overly excited about that, but I do like iShow Speed's facial expressions. I like how he's selling how he doesn't really want to be there. Although I will say it doesn't make sense. Like, if this was the real world, like, Adam Pearce can't just come out and say, iShow Speed, you're in a match. He's not assigned talent. You can't do that. That'd be like iShow Speed, or that'd be like Adam Pearce saying, hey, wrestlechop, you're in a match. I mean, I would do it, but, like, he can't do that. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee. So AJ Lee's gonna have a sit down with Michael Cole, and then Becky Lynch comes, and Becky Lynch pretty much bullies Michael Cole. I really like that. And then she sat down and started talking to AJ. I gotta say, this was like AJ Lee's best promo. Maybe she's like Rhea Ripley and Bronson Reed, where they're good, like, in pre-taped. Because when they're on the mic out there in front of the live audience, I'm not a big fan of their interview skills anymore. But what I don't like about this is AJ Lee once again got the upper hand on Becky Lynch. It's like, it's a give and take. And I don't like that Becky Lynch has never really, like, been able to one-up her on the microphone or anything, because that's one of Becky Lynch's things. And I am liking AJ Lee less and less and less because she is continuously just dominating, and not just dominating the before the match, like, build-ups, then she just dominates the match too. So it's like, I've lost interest because she's like she's kind of just overpowered and they did this to Rhea Ripley. This is the reason why I stopped liking Rhea Ripley, and now they're doing it with AJ Lee, to be honest with you. But she got the better of it. But I will say AJ delivered her lines really well. Penta, Javon, and Dragon Lee versus the Grandes. The Grandes have a new little dance they do when they Grande does this and the other Grandes are doing something. It was kind of cool. I liked it. They lost. Yep, they lost. I'm such a great reviewer. Take notes. They lost. And then the thing is, though, then Rey Mysterio comes out and is like, hey, guys, I'm added to your ladder match. And then they all celebrated. It's like, that's supposed to make me excited? I guess, Rey's in a ladder match. But, I don't know, animosity. I like some, let's go. And I wish Javon Evans wasn't just getting lost in the mix here. I think, I don't know why, Rey Mysterio can be added, but Kofi Kingston can't just be added. Let's just put Kofi Kingston in, and that way, because Kofi and Javon kind of have a little story going, so right there, have Kofi enter also. So I hope next week, when Kofi goes, hey, if Rey can get in, why can't I get in? I mean, can somebody remind the creative team that Kofi is a former world champion, please? But yeah, so we got that going on. And it was a decent match. Asuka, she cuts a promo about how Io, this was weird. Okay, so she cuts a really good promo about how Io abandoned her and how she still loved her, and her fault was she loved her too much. And that was a good promo. What's weird is we followed up with a match with Rhea and Asuka, not Rhea and Io versus B-Fab and Meacham, and Jade is on the outside. And it's the weird stuff is this. Io will get the pin. We should give the pin to Rhea because Rhea's in the championship match, but Io gets the pin. And then we proceed to basically beat up Rhea. B-Fab and Meacham holds her, right? And Io is just kind of just laying there. Jade picks up the kendo stick and starts hitting Io with it. And I'm like, why is Io such a damsel in distress here? I get it, we're trying to get heat, right? But it's like Io was a champion and Rhea's never even beat Io. So in this dynamic, Io is the stronger of the two. And Io just got laid to waste like she was just I don't know. And we did it last year. With Jimmy, Gunther, and Jay, but the way they did it last year, it was believable. But Io was made to be it was like Io was like Paul Heyman levels of helpless. And so I didn't like that. Plus, the fact is, Asuka just had a promo. Couldn't we have had Asuka at least spit in Io's face? Maybe Io was gonna go help Rhea. She gets spit in the face by Asuka, and then Asuka leaves laughing, and then Jade takes advantage. We just had to do a little more to protect everybody involved, and further, more storylines even. So that was unfortunate. JD was supposed to fight Finn, but then Dominic attacked him, and they just beat him up, and they had that cool scene. I always liked when you put a chair over somebody, then you sit and you kind of talk smack to them. I always liked that. And that chair, oh gosh, that would be I would be so mad to be getting hit in the face with a snowball, the equivalent of just someone putting a chair over you and sitting on you and talking to you and talking smack. I feel like this feud should get a little more TV time with how much history it has, but I do understand it's WrestleMania. There's a lot of, I don't know. I feel like they're getting lost in the mix. And to top it off, looks like the Demon is coming back, because later Finn was like, yeah, you've awoken something in me that I've put to bed. And they did a close-up, and it looks like the Demon is coming back. And I'm like, why would the Demon come back for their first match? Dominic's only backup is JD. if I was the Demon, Finn Balor, I would have brought back the Demon when he was fighting Damian Priest or Gunther or CM Punk for the world title. Why is he bringing him back just for a feud against Dominic Mysterio? I mean, no shade, or at least bring him back in, like, if Dom just totally mops the floor with him. I don't know. I feel like logically he should have brought the Demon back before. Unless we play up the angle that it was the family unit that allowed him to contain the Demon, but now that he's on his own, he can't. We need to, like, explore that a little. Liv Morgan got beat up by Stephanie Fakir. But she was thrown into a TV, so I did like that. Because, you know, they've been brawling a lot, so you got to add something to it. Last time they brawled, it spilled over into Gorilla, and this time they brawled into a TV. I think, and they're doing back and forth. Sometimes Stephanie wins, sometimes Liv wins, so that's fine. And then I think our final segment is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. No. Oh, before that. Seth Rollins came out and he was like, I don't understand why Gunther's after me. But then he's like, all I could think of is he made some deal with Paul Heyman. Then Gunther comes and they trade back and forth trying to fight each other. And Gunther eventually goes to Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's like, I owe you a big thanks. I don't know why you did this. And Gunther's like, shakes his hand. He's like, you know, you owe me more than a big thanks. I think what this is the beginning of the Brock Lesnar final match at SummerSlam. I think Gunther is going to cash in this favor with Paul Heyman for a retirement match at SummerSlam with Brock Lesnar. So I think this is the beginning of that feud. But Gunther and Seth looks like they're trying to do something here. Now we do. Oba. Did I forget anything? No. Now we do Oba, Femi, and Brock Lesnar. They've been hyping it up all night. And I think they ran out of time. I wonder if CM Punk's promo went too long because, like, a good 5 minutes before this ended, and not even in the suspenseful moment, they aired the graphics at like 10:29, and so, like, I wondered if they were running out of time, which is weird because it's Netflix. I didn't think they ran out of time, but Brock comes out. And then Oba comes out. The moment and Triple H came out. Okay, Triple H. Triple H just had to get his face somewhere, and he can see that this Oba Brock thing is the hottest thing going. So he gets his face in there, and Oba gets in the ring, and instantly Brock attacks. And then I'm like, oh, good, because ironically, I remember what I said earlier about AJ and Becky Lynch. Like, I need Brock to beat up Oba at least one time, because if Brock gets the better, or if Oba gets the better of Brock every single time, I'm afraid Brock is gonna beat him at WrestleMania. So I need Brock to beat up Oba at least once, because I need Oba to win at Mania. But they fight. It's pretty even. It looked like Brock was gonna try to do a German suplex at one point, and I don't know if Oba wasn't supposed to do it or not. But then they just kind of fall on the table. It's a mess. They do a pull apart brawl. I'll say this is how you do a pull apart brawl. These guys were like, it was hard to contain them. They were going at it. At one point, they were just throwing the office chair back and forth. It was hilarious. It didn't last long. I didn't like that they built it up all night just for this segment to end in like 5 minutes less than. And the fact that we did a pull apart brawl like 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, the law of diminishing returns, this was a good pull apart brawl. But because we had done one 2 weeks ago and that one even sucked, it wasn't as special. So this week was the first miss in their feud. Not a miss like the Pat McAfee reveal. That was like totally out of left field. This was just not as exciting as it's been, but that's fine. You're going to get that here and there. So, like, Oba Brock, still my most anticipated match at this point. CM Punk and Roman is my second most anticipated match. And, so, boys, girls, what did you think of this Raw? I'm going to give this Raw a solid. That pipe bomb alone is going to give it an 8. I'd pay probably 8.5. 8.5. I'd watch most of this Raw. This was a pretty decent. It flowed really well. Went other than the Rhea stuff with EO, I think this Raw was really good. It was really good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 chops on the chop-o meter. All right, boys. All right, girls. See you. Bye.